Hi guys, my name is lelasophia. I am an artist and fine jewelry designer. If you like contemporary fine jewelry, if you like luxury handbags, all things interiors, then I have some fun videos for you. Today, you guys, as one of my favorite brands, The Row, it's kind of been, you know, on the up and up in the kind of more mainstream, perhaps even dare I say trendy world. As a collector myself, who also comes from a collector, my mother has an incredible collection of bags from The Row and has been doing so for a very long time. I thought I'd give you my thoughts, what my favorite bags are from their currently available collection. These are just some of my favorites, so I literally cannot wait to share these with you guys. If you guys are new here, thank you so much for tuning in. I can't wait to see you in all of my future videos. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram at lelasophia jewelry. I put out videos every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, and so I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one. Okay, I have an entire video in my channel, shameless plug, going over more kind of in-depth my 4 bags that I currently own from The Row. If you want kind of more in-depth information or an overview of any of these bags, definitely check out that video, but I thought I'd just give a little sneak peek here to show that I am really a collector and I love them so much. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I was gonna save this till the end, but there are 2 bags that I have my eye on, and one of them might have to happen, so stay tuned for that in the next couple weeks. I'm gonna go in order of purchasing. So this is my double circle bag from The Row, which I use as a weekender bag. I've taken it on week-long vacations. I am absolutely obsessed. It's literally like top 3. I'm gonna be just like really generous and say top 5, but honestly, she might even be in my top 3 favorite bags. Next, you guys who know my collection know this is just like one of my pride and joys. This is from The Row's very first debut bag collection. They started as a company, I think 3 or 4 years even before coming out with bags. And so this is from their first bag collection in 2011. She is a work of art. Enough said. Next, my first exotic, but not last exotic from The Row. If you guys have followed, follow the Olsen twins or any of like the infamous Olsen twin Instagram accounts, you'll know that they love their exotics. And so this is a half ostrich, half lizard twin 2 bag from The Row. Also, those of you who are big fans know that a lot of their bags have like very sweet plays on the duality of the twins. And so I just thought it was like so perfect. I'm obviously a massive fan of each one of them, and they're very differing styles. And so I thought like, it's the poetic voice for me. And this is like the perfect everyday crossbody bag. And it's crazy as I'm picking up and touching each one of these bags as I wear them very often, but like I really can't decide which one was my favorite. And I still right now, like I definitely could not decide, but this one just kind of has a special place in my heart. This is my second exotic from The Row. This is eel skin. This is the Dante XL bag. This is also my newest pickup from The Row. You have no idea how obsessed I am. This is such like, I always talk about kind of I really haven't changed my style at all for any of you guys who are new here, really like in the last 10, 12, even plus years. But I definitely used to lean, I'm from New York City, if anybody's new here, I definitely used to lean like edgy, cool New York City, and now I'm trying to go for a little like minimal chic New York City, and this is so like me from 12, 8, however many years ago that I love that I found a way to have this like seamlessly fit into my current vibe, and she's just, I'm so happy I went for this bag as well. And now on to, which I will probably, because I really picked probably more than I should have for this list, or maybe I should have done a part 2, but there's just always bigger and better things from them. So I will constantly be playing catch up. Again, this kind of like new popularity in The Row. I think The Row is is such a unique brand in the sense that they really, really like have, and me and my mom have a cult following who has been purchasing bags from them for so long, pieces from them, clothing items from them, ready to wear shoes, everything. And so from a collector's perspective, there are so many more bags than kind of like, I would say the big 3 or 4, which I'll go over, but I won't touch on those exactly as much. And so I'm gonna give a little bit more highlight to the bags that I haven't seen anybody wear or talk about. So some something like the slouchy banana bag that I think like had a major moment of popularity. I know a lot of like the really cool row girlies on Instagram and YouTube have this bag. I've personally heard people say that it is like the best crossbody bag of all time. I think it's really, really cool. It's very chic. It's definitely been duped also by like some mainstream, maybe even like right to it, I don't know, somewhere in between, like not fast fashion, but like, I don't know exactly how to call that, but if you know, you know. And that doesn't take anything away from the bag. It's really cool. I think for me, it's not quite my vibe, but I've heard that especially functionality wise, it's like one of people's absolute all-time favorite bags. For a brand new bag that I think is even still on pre-order, that has now made it to my list, also at an amazing price point, the Abby bag. You guys who have been watching me and who have been watching me yammer on about the row are gonna know why I love this bag. Because first of all, can we just talk about like in, you know, going forward, you'll see this and in perpetuity. I always say Loewe has the best colors, like maybe ever, in my humble opinion. They're also very me, like muddled. But the row has such gorgeous tones. Like they'll bounce in between colors and tones. And this color of the Abby bag, I might need to add it to my Christmas list, and it's so gorgeous. It's kind of an in-between merge between the Sienna bag that I'm obsessed with that is on this list, and yet like the nuanceness of the 90s bag. So if you know, you know, like it's so, so gorgeous, and I'm dying to see this in person when it actually hits stores. Another one that is a brand new release, the puffy backpack. Can we talk about how chic this is? Again, the colors. For those of you who have ever had the pleasure of either owning or even just feeling a bag from the row, why I personally am such a like true collector, and hopefully will just like continue collecting their pieces. Their quality compared to other like major houses other than Hermes and Bottega's definitely more durable and yet really fine quality, but the rose quality is like buttery. This backpack seems like the exact example of them just saying, we're just gonna make the most incredible, softest, highest quality backpack you've ever seen, and they delivered, in my opinion. Another bag that is in, I would say like maybe top 2, maybe it's bumped down a little bit, but is in the top 4 most popular influencer, you know, approved bags, the Half Moon bag. Again, there are perhaps other bags that I perhaps maybe like a little bit more. I've seen it in person. As I always say, if you live in New York City, other than going to the actual Rose store, which is like, you should actually like absolutely make that very high on your list if you are a Row collector or lover or anything, even just go. It's in a beautiful townhouse on the Upper East Side. It's really beautiful. Go to the park afterwards. Just spend a little while there. I dream about it. Anyways, La Garçon is not sponsored at all, is actually such an incredible place, and they also have the row. So I have seen, touched, and you know, tried on the Half Moon bag. It's so small. Like the actual pocket of the bag is so small for having kind of a wider profile, but I do think it's gorgeous. And as always, the quality, it's a little bit thicker of a leather than they normally go for. And so it's actually like, I have to give it credit. And one that is definitely, I'd maybe say like 5th on the list in popularity, which we'll get to the most popular ones. But the 90s bag is having a total moment, and this one is lelasophia approved. I love it, and you guys again who've been watching my videos know that it's on my short list. It's really on my short list. It's so yummy, and I do love the suede one that is just releasing now, but I felt the nubuck in person. I have some weird thing about the quality because it's just like I cannot keep, I know, I'm so annoying, right? I'm a broken record. I can't stop talking about how insane the quality is, and something about feeling that nubuck leather. It's so cute as like a going out dinner bag, something just so minimal, so chic, yet so well made. The 90s bag is so approved by me. And number 1 on our popularity list, which which has recently made it with the help of Danny Michelle, who I always talk about as an incredible stylist. She styled Kendall Jenner, namely, and I think mainly, but also Hailey Bieber, and a lot of just like the cool girls. Obviously, it's also very, you know, it's very aligned with what my style is. I think she's absolutely incredible, and the Margot has made it to fame. The Margot is such an incredible bag. I have been talking about it for a very long time. I'm not at the place where I need a Birkin or a Margot yet because I work from home, I work for myself. I'm not a mom yet. Like, I think any of those categories, if I was currently in any of those categories, I would have purchased a Margot 9-10 months ago because it's so perfect. But quite frankly, I'm often just like running a lot of errands and going to the jewelry district and doing all of my kind of designer stuff. And taking a big bag is actually a little counterintuitive for those certain activities. So I am a massive fan of this bag. Yes, it does. Sophia, why are you saying that it's a gigantic bag? I personally love the 15 and the 17 size the most. I actually love the 17 size the most. Again, tall, large woman over here, but it does come in 2 smaller sizes. Lots and lots and lots to choose from. I just personally think that the magic of this bag comes in that largest 17 size. And maybe number 2 or 3, the Park Tote. I love the Park Tote. I think it's very chic. I just went to an event where like 20 girls had 3 of the same bags, one of which being the Park Tote by the row. And so it's infiltrated New York City is all I can say and all I can vouch for. I think a lot of people, like I know Alyssa Lenore really champions hers. My thing, I have to say again, at La Garçon, at the row, I've felt them, I've tried them on, they're so cool. If you're like me and perhaps a little paranoid, something like an open bag in New York City is perhaps not the smartest thing. However, it's gorgeous. Things like that are so open stress me out a little bit because it's like the stuff just falls everywhere. However, I get how chic it is and how gorgeous it is. And again, I still back this one. One that if you do remember, the Everyday Bag by the row was like, again, clearly I really curate who I follow to also a style that is aligned. So a lot of people that I followed and loved had this bag, and now I think it's having a little bit of a resurgence. I know Tamara also has one, and I think in like multiple of her kind of fashion month videos, she talked about how much she loved that bag. I think it's like, you know, for someone like me who is literally torn between do I like Bottega or the Row better, like I think at this point it's a tie. It's really a stance between the Everyday Bag and the Hot Bag, AKA also the vintage, just Bottega tote bags. And so, you know, you really can't go wrong with either. One that is Ashley Olsen approved. I have to see if both Mary Kate and Ashley have worn it, but this is Olsen Twin approved. I love seeing what they actually choose to wear as a designer myself. I don't wear each one of the pieces that I make, and so when a piece is so me, I love seeing that it's like, oh, they made this piece for them. Like they made this piece and they said, I need it in my wardrobe because I will do the same thing. That's not meaning to say that like the rest of the pieces that they make or that I make, I don't equally love as much, but it just is like, you can tell when a designer is like, this is me, this is made for me. And the bowling bag is, I think, in that category. It's such a cool, dope bag. I think it, again, like for some reason, it stresses me out a little bit less. It's not just like one huge open pocket. I love the top handle. I love how minimal it is, and yet I think how soft it is. Just because of the more organic lines on it, I love this style. I talked about this bag in my red bags video, so I'll go quick on this one, but the May bag. If you are a lover of the row and you happen to be looking forward to perhaps a winter, maybe even early spring wedding, definitely consider this bag as the coolest evening bag. And again, on our list of top 5, for sure, I might have gone over 5 at this point, who's counting? The Sophia Bag, I mean, like I have to get one, right? Not just because it also happens to be my name, spelled differently, but still my name. I love the Sophia Bag. I will not continue. This is probably like my 20th video talking about it. My quick little spiel is that the top handle is my favorite. it will always be my favorite, perhaps. I did not like the crossbody when they put the straps on the very outer part of the bag, but I do like how it's so simple. I don't know why I am the way that I am, but they just moved the bag strap from the very outside to a little bit closer in on top of the actual flap of the bag. That way, this new style, very, very brand new style, can be used as either a shoulder bag or a crossbody. That love. Personally, I am looking at some point, you know, your girls has priorities. And so I don't know why I have the priorities that I do also. I just did an entire top handles bag video and I have a lot of top handle bags, but yes, one day the Sophia bag in the size 8.75 will complete my little top handle family. Another one that I have yammered on about because I'm obsessed. And this, actually, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'll probably get a Margot bag. That's probably gonna happen. It's just possibly inevitable. As soon as I got the, you know, their emails from all the spam emails and crazy store emails and whatnot, there's every single one I look at. And as soon as they sent out an email about the Elio bag, oh my gosh, like they really outdid themselves with this one. This would be the bag that I would get if tomorrow I had to bring my laptop somewhere, or, you know, I was working in person or doing more like on-site working, whatnot. This bag would be the bag that I would purchase. It is so gorgeous. In person, it like really flaps open, almost like a doctor bag that I also have from the You know, they're consistent. I love it. It's so soft. A little bit of like a juxtaposition to the more modern, simplified kind of lines from the Margot bag. And so this is like more organic, a little bit softer. It's absolutely stunning. And again, the Sienna bag. This color, I cannot stop talking about. It is so beautiful. It's very reminiscent of a bag that was my mom's first bag from the road that she got. I keep saying 8 years ago, but it actually might have been 9 or 10 years ago. We gotta find some receipt somewhere. Literally, it is so beautiful and it's just like so modern and minimal. I've tried it on against my body, and again, this is definitely one that's on my personal list. And to speak of my incredible mother, Mom, I love you so much. I might not be able to pronounce this one as well, but I think it's Troos Bag, something like that. This bag, we were shopping in person probably like, I'm not sure how many months ago, and we saw it and she said, oh, I might need to try that. It is so cool. It's a little bit like, it's very ergonomic, let's say. It is so user-friendly. It has a really like talk about how I really champion for, you know, diversity even in bags and body inclusivity for a myriad of body types. This will fit, I think, just about a lot of them. It is so cool. It's very similar to their smaller version that I happen to think is very reminiscent of a certain Hermes bag, but this one is done. It's like a little bit more elevated. It's a little bit weirder. It's very contemporary, very them. Oh, and I'm gonna hit these two bags together purely for time, even though they each deserve all the time in the world. The Arlo bag and the Harper bag. These are so stunning. These are so stunning. And I think that both of them are like, again, really represent them so much, Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, because they have such a profound love, as you can tell by their Instagram, of contemporary modern art. And those sleek lines are so modern. And yet, as we've also gone over in my other videos, there were such like really very thoughtful, let's say, collectors of Hermes in the past, and I think just vintage bags in general. And so their knowledge of vintage kind of bags and shapes and the way that these, you know, 1 + 1 = 2, they are so thoughtful in their process. And both of these bags really represent that in them, that is so modern yet so vintage inspired, merging those two kind of different aspects to make something that is so the row. And another bag that kind of like, I don't know, I perhaps have the Sienna bag and the Devon bag like a little bit in a, ooh, which one do I want? This is so cool. Again, if you are like, okay, everybody has the Margo now, or a lot of people, not everybody, I realize this is very niche, but a lot of collectors have gone for the Margo bag. And so this is actually like such a cool, like slight diversion, but you're still getting a really weighty, really substantial, beautiful work bag perhaps, or everyday bag. This one, oh my gosh, I honestly have this as well, kind of teetering on my own list. And for my last two, I'm gonna also merge these two just for time's sake. The Aspen Clutch and the Lela bag, both clutches, very different. They're both so gorgeous. I know Miss Rosie Huntington Whiteley, she has been championing for the row for a long time, and so we gotta give that to her. I think that she has the Lela bag, and as soon as this came out, I was like, oh my goodness, this is so dope. It's incredible. And there's something about the Aspen Clutch also that I think is so cool. If my Dante bag is like even the smaller version, if it's too billowy for you, and yes, I do own several Bottega pouches, if it's too, but I can still admit, when there's a little bit of a crossover with design there, if it's too Bottega-y for you, then the Aspen Clutch is very the row, because it's a little bit, again, what we were just touching on, a little bit more contemporary, but still a pouch, and so you're getting kind of the best of both worlds. The Lela bag, can we just talk about how chic it is? I don't know how practical it is. I have no idea. Do you have to unravel that whole thing every time you open it? For that gorgeous of a bag, it might be worth it. And as a bonus, because first of all, yes, we already know, you might have to be on the lookout for something. I haven't even gotten it yet, but there are two bags on my like, ooh, which one should I get? It's a problem. So be on the lookout for a new video perhaps coming soon, but also just to note, again, my emails, I'm quick to open their emails, and they just released a new collection with Anna Corey. I've talked about a lot. They have Anna Corey pieces in their physical stores, and I believe this one is only in the London store, so I'm not sure which stock has gone where, if the original pieces from Anna Corey are still in the New York store. Anna Corey is an incredible couture designer. When I tell you, it's just, I've talked about her a lot, and yeah, that might be a life goal of mine. That goal might not actually ever happen, and that's okay. But I can still dream. Her pieces are so beyond gorgeous. Again, a little bit lost for words. And this new collection I just had to mention because as someone who, trust me, there's been a lot of talk about this on my own end for years, from showrooms and reps and whatnot. Sometimes it takes a while for, again, as we see, right, this is why I hate trends so much. It takes a long time for like a trend to set in place. And so designers like me, who are very sparing with like their polished perfect gold, I make everything by hand. I always want everything to be as organic as possible. And as a lot of things like the medallion that I'm wearing currently, I intentionally make very kind of like raw, organic. And Anna Corey seems to have been joining this movement, and I'm not taking credit for it at all. It just is what I personally, along with Aisley, Pamela Love, this can be a whole other video. I love this style so much, and so I did just majorly smile, kind of a lot, when I got this email. Thank you guys, as always, for listening to me chit chat on for so long. The row and all of their incredible bags deserve so much more of a spotlight. And so if there's any bags in particular that you want me to go more in depth on, please let me know and I'll do kind of a secondary video. But I just had to showcase that even though the several bags that have made it into stardom more than deserve that, there's also plenty of other offerings from the incredible Olsen twins and the row. Their entire design team, bow down. They're so amazing. Thank you guys as always for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye guys.